both the nuclear plant and the waste were sited next to the tribe without our consultation or consent.
Minnesota's controversial history with the Prairie Island Indian community could be part of the reason the state is considered to be at high risk of experiencing electricity shortages in the next 5 years. Those shortfalls could occur during extreme winter conditions, according to the North American Electric Reliability Corporation.
I think Minnesota right now does have an energy problem and will continue to have one until, simply put, we put every single tool in our toolbox.
State Rep Spencer Igo thinks one of those tools could be nuclear energy. He's been sponsoring a bill to lift Minnesota's moratorium on new nuclear energy at the Capitol for years.
It's an issue of education, not so much partisanship, because I think people think nuclear, they think some of the bad stories of the past, they maybe think environmental problems.
According to Igo, Minnesota could be running out of time to address the energy issue.
I'm really concerned that if we don't get this lifted, Minnesota's not going to be able to produce enough of its own reliable baseload power. And what that does, most times, increases the cost of energy.
Falcon Heights City Council member Eric Meyer agrees.
The more we delay, the more carbon that goes up in the atmosphere, the more fossil fuels we burn, which also cause asthma, heart disease, cancers, all these things.
Meyer is the founder of Generation Atomic, a nonprofit advocating for an end to the moratorium on new nuclear energy.
The people that would benefit from this the most are Minnesotans. We'd benefit in terms of more reliable electricity, lower cost electricity. You would see cleaner air as we phase out our coal plants. And you would see better jobs than if we put in any other form of electricity generation.
But if there seems to be bipartisan support to lift the moratorium, why is it still in place?
I think the most pushback in Minnesota comes from our legacy with the Prairie Island Indian community.
We are the closest community in the nation to the nuclear plant and store nuclear waste.
The tribe's government relations specialist, Blake Johnson, opposed the bill in public testimony earlier this year.
Our reservation sits less than 700 yards from the plant and over 1,000 tons of nuclear waste generated from the Prairie Island nuclear plant.
That controversial history isn't lost on Meyer.
I understand why members of the tribal community would be nervous about lifting our ban on building new nuclear.
But until the Prairie Island Indian community is on board, the bill won't have the energy it needs to overturn the moratorium.
At this time, the Prairie Island Indian community remains opposed.